First there was Ben and Jerry. No, wait, that was Tom and Jerry. Then came the ice cream dudes. Anywho, fast forward a bit, and this is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Luke, how are you going today?
Very well, Lewis.
Yes, that's brilliant.
Day two.
Yeah, day two. It's going a lot smoother on air than yesterday, but off air, things are going horribly wrong, mainly on the way to work for me.
No, this is not to do with anyone else in here, just you.
This is just me. Well, I would like to blame the Metro Tram system for not making their system easy for an idiot to understand. Because
they shouldn't have to cater for you people.
I had the worst time coming to work today. I figured out that I should be taking about an hour to get to work, and this morning it took me 2.5 because...
Actually?
Yes.
What time did you leave?
I left the house at like 6:30, and... No, I left at 6:30, and then I stopped off at a cafe. And look, I got here at 10. All right, that's all that I know.
Waste of time.
Oh yeah, really wasted my whole life trying to get to this station. But what happened was I looked it up beforehand, had it all planned out. All I got to do is take one train, one tram. 4 trams later, I was almost out the front of the radio station.
I know this happens quite regularly for you. What's your total tram account in the last 2 weeks that you've missed or taken the wrong tram?
I'm the worst.
Because this happened last week to you, didn't it?
Yeah, honestly, in the last 2 weeks, I have meant to have taken 2 trams, and I've probably been on about 8. So I'm
You're
just
just
a tram
seeing
enthusiast.
the sights of Melbourne. You're like a tourist in your own city.
Yeah, but like
accidental tourist.
a really angry tourist as well. Like I'm looking at the scenery and being like, "This sucks. I'm going to be so late."
Yeah. Well, I actually on the way here, I will admit, I should stop laughing at you. I missed my tram on the way here, but I just gave up. It was like, I'm not going to get another one. I know I'm going to get it wrong. So I just walked from the station here. I ended up beating the tram.
Yeah.
I laughed at it as I walked past it. It was stopped at a traffic light. I just kept walking. I beat the tram down the road anyway.
Take that, inanimate object.
Oh, I felt like a superior being. I was just like, man, the machine, all these people on the machines are taking over. Seriously, I just beat a tram without trying. I wasn't even like going, I'm going to go out today and
Can't believe how proud you
beat
are.
the tram. No, but I didn't even, as soon as I got here, I was like, wait, I looked around, I was like, I just smashed that tram, wasn't even trying. So, cop that, Metro. Lift your
tram
game.
smasher Kidgel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Really, you kind of have an excuse, though, because you drive everywhere. I don't. I don't have my license.
I'm recently back on public transport with this job.
It's the worst.
But yeah.
But I don't drive. I've been taking public transport
So
since
you
I was
have-
15,
you have
and I
no
still haven't
excuse.
worked it out.
No excuse.
I just think that maybe I'm just not as smart as the rest of the
You
population.
just can't read a timetable.
No, I actually can't. I look at the numbers and I go, yep, that says 12. I get on it. I'm like, oh, actually, it was 109.
Yeah.
Very different number.
Today, you messaged me, what tram am I supposed to get on? I said 12, and you're like, oop, just got on the 96. I'm still pretty sure this is right. Then 2 minutes later, I get another text message. Nope, I was supposed to be on the 12.
And we had like a full argument where I thought I was right, and I had no basis for my opinion. I was just like, oh, it's going forwards. I'll probably end up somewhere around the station. Now, Luke, we've been told that we need to take some calls. We need to learn how to do that. We need to learn how to ask questions.
Do
of
we
the
need to
listeners.
learn or learned how to do that?
Yeah, we need to learn how to do that. We're currently learning radio. But the problem is, we've also been told, literally by our boss, don't worry, boys, nobody's listening.
So we've been told to keep it broad, which
Yeah.
we're going to do. Like, yeah, if you're going to do a phone call, just keep it broad. Let's not get too specific early.
Yeah.
And so we thought, the number is, we have a phone number.
Yeah,
It's about as long as Lewis. It's it's
Generally, you get a short number to call, but so that people can remember it. But
the
we have the
phone number
longest one.
it's 1300 161 006.
You almost need to take a breather in between it.
So
It's like
that's-
1300
161.
006.
I'm exhausted.
I hope you guys all wrote that down in your massive notebooks.
Yeah, you're going to need to buy another notebook. So that's 1300 161 006. And we got told to keep it broad. So today we're asking 1300 161006. Are you breathing?
Yeah, that's about as broad as we could get. I can see we've already got one call already before we even answer the question. So I hope.
Do you reckon they're breathing?
I don't know. We're going to have to find out.
We have calls coming through. So are the people suffocating or breathing? We don't know. We don't know, but we'll find out.
We want to talk to you whether you are breathing or whether you aren't breathing.
Call us if you are breathing. If you're not breathing, call an ambulance.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Now, before the song break, we actually initiated our very first phone call segment, Luke.
We decided to keep it broad. They told
Yes.
us, keep just the first one broad so we get some callers, and we almost broke the phone lines.
I think it was a little bit too broad.
We asked, are you breathing? And it turns out a lot of people inhaling and exhaling oxygen currently.
Most living people. I think it's safe to assume
The
now that
vast
we've talked
majority.
to about 100.
Well, I didn't know, but now I can confirm. Well, let's get through the first one.
All right, so Bruno, can you tell us, are you breathing?
Yes, I'm breathing very heavily.
Very heavily. Okay. Have you just gone for a run or are you having a heart attack?
No, I'm excited to talk to my idol and Luke.
Okay.
All right, Bruno's done. Hang up.
Thank you very much, Bruno. All right, so we've got one yes and one bullying Luke.
Yep.
Let's get to our next caller. Patrick, are you breathing?
I am indeed breathing.
Can you breathe into the phone for us and prove it?
And now just out for us? Oh, brilliant. And now, Patrick, can you continue that for the rest of your life, please?
I will gladly do that. Thank
That'd
you.
be great. Thank you very much, Patrick. All right, so we've got two breathers. We'll get to our next caller. Bob Marley, are you breathing?
Are you gargling, Bob?
Oh, my Lord, he's drowned. He's drowned.
Are you
Quick, we
okay,
need to call
Bob?
someone. Bob
We need to
Marley's
call
just
an
drowned.
ambulance.
Bob Marley's drowning over the phone. We're gonna get Bob Marley
No,
the help that
seriously,
he
is
needs.
Bob still there?
Oh, mate, I was having a BB, mate. It went down the wrong hole.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Appreciate that. And Daniel, are you breathing?
Yes, I am breathing, although not in the conventional way. I am breathing using my gills.
Oh, so are you a fish or are you a fish-human hybrid?
I'm like a fish. I'm currently sitting in my pool.
Yeah.
Looking.
I gathered because you're a fish.
Well,
Yeah.
this is what I'm confused about,
I didn't
Daniel.
think you were calling from the Sahara. What do you?
This is what I'm confused about, Daniel, is how are you using your phone? What kind of phone do you have?
I've just got a normal phone. I'm like, because my gills are on the side of my body.
Uh-huh.
I'm like in, like my body's in the pool.
Oh, so
and
you're
I'm holding the phone.
multitasking. Could you
Yeah.
could you just splash around for us so we could hear the water of the pool that you're in now?
Yeah, I'll do that now.
All right.
He's running to the sink.
I don't hear any splashing
I don't
at all,
believe
Daniel.
you.
I don't believe you. I
We
think
have
Daniel
a false
is breathing.
fish on the line.
False fish. False
Human
fish
alert. Human alert.
Hang up on Daniel. Get rid of that. We don't want to speak to. We don't want to speak to.
So is
humans.
everyone breathing?
Yeah, I think everyone was breathing. Actually, Bob Marley was drowning, and we never heard anything from him again.
Well, it's
so,
good to hear everyone was breathing.
but rest in peace to Bob Marley for the second time around. I think for our next phoner, maybe we should make it a little bit less broad.
Yep.
Maybe an actual question. Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Now, Luke, it's time to talk about one of the world's most favourite topics of discussion. It's the Liam and Noel Gallagher beef
Who
from
cares?
the Oasis band. This is something that's been going on for, I don't even know how long, like 10 years or something crazy like that.
Lewis asked me, do you want to do this segment? And I said, maybe. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. Let's all I'm just bowing to the fans.
Now I don't want to do this segment anymore. I bet. How many puns do you have lined up for this segment?
That
Because
was
I'm
it.
going to go straight to a song.
No, that was it. I'm out.
Okay, good.
I only know one Oasis song, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
done.
true. Yeah, I don't understand this. I feel like their beef is way more popular now than Oasis ever was.
Yeah.
Because when you look up Oasis now, it comes up with like 2 banger songs, and then the rest of it is just Liam saying this about Noel.
It's just tweets. It's screenshots of their tweets about each other.
None of them you can say
Their
on radio.
parents must be disappointed.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. How's Christmas with those two?
I don't think they do Christmas at the Gallagher's, mate.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm talking about this is recently, this came through to our inbox. Noel Gallagher has said he would not show up if Oasis were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, initially, when I read this, I was like, oh, that's really, really rude that he wouldn't show up. They've been nominated.
Because they must have been inducted.
Yeah.
If you're making public statements about not showing up to things, it means you've been invited.
Yeah, exactly.
Not in this case.
No, he said if we were inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is a big call. That's a massive call. That's like me saying, look, if I was invited to the White House,
Yeah,
I'm
I would
not
not show
going.
up. Because, by the way, for those playing along at home, Lewis is not invited to the White House.
I highly doubt that I ever will be.
Or if we got invited to, say, any radio awards, I highly doubt we'd be invited.
Yeah, if we were inducted to the Radio Hall of Fame as world's best Triple M modern digital radio show.
We just want to publicly state that we will not be attending this year's radio awards.
No.
Just because, Noel publicly stated it. We just want to clarify that for anyone wondering.
We're also starting a feud just to
Yeah.
really get the name out. Because it worked for Oasis. Now the feud is more popular than Oasis. I'm sure that helps with their individual careers.
I actually did some research on the Oasis feud. So Noel quit Oasis in 2009.
Yeah.
And then
it's still going.
yeah, and then he started a new band called the High Flying Birds, right?
So
and
that's a bad name.
Well,
that sucks.
Liam tweeted his opinion.
Yeah.
2 years later, in 2011, Liam called Noel's band the High Flying Turds. Very well done from
so
Liam.
immature.
How petty is that?
These guys are like 40 years old. That's what I would say to my brother when I was 10. Now, Luke, I think the entire city of Melbourne can really relate to what we're about to talk about because about what did you say, about 3 months ago?
I first saw them 3 months ago.
Yeah, 3 months ago, one day, I just woke up, I walked down my street, and literally about 25 yellow bikes were just on the main shopping strip of my area. And I was like, why are there this many bikes? I thought it was like a bike race that was some kind of relay thing where people would have to switch bikes and jump onto empty ones.
So what we're referring to here is the O-bikes. And what it is, it's like Uber bikes,
It's
from
a plague.
my understanding.
That's what it is. It's an O-bike plague. We
Yeah.
don't need it. We don't want it. Nobody's using it. But,
I did get sent this morning on our prep air sheet, the inbox that we get. Today is National Virus Appreciation Day, so it's perfect discussion.
Yes, that's why we're talking about O-bikes, the world's most annoying virus, aka someone's weird business idea. Now, if you don't know what these O-bikes are, maybe if you're not in Melbourne, I don't know if they're anywhere else, but basically, this company is kind of billing themselves as the Uber of bikes.
Which, by the way, okay, would you ever pay to ride a bike? Like, if I was like 6 months to you, like 6 months ago, where I was like, hey, Lewis, do you want to pay to ride this bike to work? You'd be like, no way.
No, I would just buy
I'll just
a bike.
catch a tram.
Yeah.
It's just as cheap,
I
and you
know.
don't have to ride a bike.
So what happens is you have to, not only do you have to pay to use a bike, but you have to download an app and then log in and then type in the number of the bike you're about to jump on and then get on it, and then it charges you $2 every half hour, which, by the way, is kind of, if you're going for like a sustained bike ride, more expensive than public transport.
Yeah.
And it's not convenient.
And who's riding to work? Like, most of the ones I've seen are damaged.
Yeah.
There's wheels been bent, they've been kicked in, they've been battered. Some of the helmets are missing,
And
which is illegal.
Yeah, I think they first came out with helmets, and they're all gone within
The
a
helmets
week.
were gone because there was no lock for the helmets.
No, and you know what? I think that Australia especially has a real tradition of drunken vandalism with the boys.
Yeah,
Like, and that's what's
an
happened.
epidemic, especially after Grand Final Day weekend. The amount, I actually watched a video on Channel 7.
Yeah.
They had a segment. The Cancel had to go around with a big truck, and they were just cleaning up all the bikes, and then they charged the O-bike company $50 a bike to
Did they?
retrieve them. Yeah,
That's
so they had
amazing.
to pay a fine. Every bike they collected that was dumped on the street, the O-bike company had to pay $50. Yet they're still insisting that this is a good idea.
It's essentially littering. Like, they just throw rubbish on the ground and then hoping to charge someone to pick it up.
Yeah, what's the difference between a Macca's bag and an O-bike? I just see trash. That's what I see.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Luke, how
Now-
did you sleep last night?
Oh, I slept very well. I was telling you before the show.
Yes.
I had the most boring dream of all time.
Oh, so the most boring man of all time
Had-
also has the most boring dreams of all time.
Who would have thought?
Right, what a surprise.
But no, it was just the most. I woke up and I was just disappointed in my creativity. Like even when I'm unconscious, I was like, "Wow, that was mundane." Like, so what happened was, because other people, they wake up. Like my girlfriend, she wakes up in the morning. She's like, "I had the best dream. I was slaying dragons. I met this celebrity. I was running away from a thing. There was a castle."
that does sound like Emily.
Yeah, and it's just like all these crazy dreams. And she's
But
like,
you know what? She would explain a trip down to the shops like that. She'd be
Yeah.
like, I went to the shops.
There was a
I
dragon.
saw a teddy bear.
Yeah, true. But anyway, she always makes her dreams sound so exciting.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, hey, have you ever had any dreams?" Last night, I woke up this morning, I was just like, "I'll tell you my dream from start to finish. This is
Okay.
what my brain, in my wildest fantasies..."
Just give me 1 second. I'm just lowering my expectations. All right.
Is it lowered?
Complete.
We're ready to go.
Lowering complete.
So, I was, how dreams just start and you're in a place. I started
Yes.
off. Yep. That's how dreams work.
How else would it start?
Don't know.
I'm not here and I'm not in a place.
So I was in my own bedroom, right? So already a boring location
So
for
it's
the
just.
dream.
Are you sure you weren't just awake?
Yeah. I was in my own bedroom.
Yeah.
And I went to my cupboard
Mm.
and I was like, I need to find my footy shorts. And then
Yeah.
I looked for my footy shorts in the cupboard
Yeah.
and then I just found them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, glad I got my footy shorts on.
Yeah.
And then I closed my cupboard
Mm.
and then I talked to someone about, hey, I just found my footy shorts.
Sorry.
And then
how
I was-
long is this dream?
Right, well, I don't know. And then I just woke up and I remember I was like, just found my footy shorts in my own bedroom.
Wow, that's
How
great.
bad is that?
That's just, you're probably just sleepwalking. I don't think you had a dream. That's
No,
the most
but
boring dream
I
ever.
didn't even play footy. That was the only interesting part about the dream. I was like, I started a new sport. That's kind of cool.
So you just don't own footy shorts?
But I didn't go to the game and win the grand final. I just found my footy shorts and I was like, cool, got them on.
Absolutely enthralling.
And then my body was like, oh, time to wake up. Our producer, Maddie,
Yeah.
had actually probably a... Oh, was
Even
it?
more boring dream, really. It's maybe
I
not
wouldn't
boring,
describe
but
it boring.
just basic, I would say. So this is
Welcome
our
to the
producer,
show,
Maddie.
If there are any girls listening, I think you would find that this is not a basic dream at all. In
It's
fact,
more of
it's
a
probably,
fantasy.
Well, it's probably the greatest dream a
Oh,
girl
she's
could ever
talking
have.
it up. She's talking it
All
up.
right, go. Tell us about your dream.
Can I just say before you
wouldn't-
get into it, you told us this dream during a very important meeting. So apparently this is more important than our show.
It was quite an official business meeting.
Yeah.
But this was the most important point of the day, and it was that I had actually had a dream that
Yeah.
Justin Bieber had DM'd me on Instagram. But what I haven't told you boys is
Yeah.
that this isn't the first time I've dreamt.
This is a
that Justin
recurring
Bieber
dream.
would like to be in a
Recurring
relationship
dream.
with me.
No, what you told me as well is you woke up and you were really disappointed.
Well, I was disappointed. I woke up because I never got to see what he wrote back to my recent message. Like, he DM'd
Wait,
me
hang on. You've messaged Justin Bieber on Instagram.
in real life. Of course I have.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What have you said?
Have you messaged him in the dream as
Hey,
well?
smiley face.
Oh,
You can't pick up Justin
No,
Bieber
that's-
with a
No.
smiley face.
But then, so after that, but in the dream, he just like DM'd me out of nowhere. He DM'd me first.
and in real life, has he hit you back?
Naturally, I wrote back. In real life, he didn't hit me back, unfortunately, no.
Bummer. Probably because you had such a bad pickup line. I wouldn't even open that if you sent me that on Tinder.
Yeah, I really need to work on my game.
Hey, at least you're not coming in too strong.
Yeah.
That's right. Just keeping it subtle, keeping it casual.
All right.
So you thought I was boring.
Yeah, I mean, that's even more basic than you, Luke. Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Now, Luke, you came into work today looking really tough.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Like,
How come?
A little bit dangerous. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was something that someone said to
I mean,
you.
I
or-
try and give off that vibe, but I don't really tell anyone about
I'll
it.
be honest. Generally, you don't pull it off at all. People
I
look at
find
you
that
and go,
very hard to believe,
"Oh,
but
look,
anyway.
that's the salada of humans.
The salada. Wow, that is a biscuit with no taste. All right, so I wanted to tell you a story. So we do stand-up comedy, right?
Yes.
So we go out and gig at bars and pubs around Melbourne during
Yep.
the week, and we're at just the usual bar gig about a few weeks ago. And
Yep.
I have a bit. I do a stand-up comedy bit about gangs and bikies, right?
Yes, naturally.
And because again, I talk a pretty tough game,
Yeah.
get off stage, and continue to back it up.
Real.
Yeah. So I got off stage and I just done this bit bit about gangs, and I mentioned the Hells Angels and stuff during the bit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Playing with fire.
And quite a big, broody, kind of tough man approached me at the bar afterwards, about 5 minutes after my set, and he had a leather jacket on with a bikie emblem displayed on the front. So I was like, oh, be cool. I'm one of these guys. I was like, I'm a peer here, so let's just, if I don't act weak, then, So he was like, hey, mate, just wanted to know, I heard you a bit about the gangs. Are you gang affiliated by any chance?
Why did he even have to ask?
I was like, mate, do I look gang affiliated? I'm wearing like Vans and like,
yeah,
what are you
don't
talking
look
about?
gang affiliated.
No.
You look 12.
I'm like, I dressed like a Kmart catalog model.
Exactly.
How are you? Anyway, so he's like, so I asked him, I put the question back on him. I was like, are you gang affiliated by any chance? I had a hunch that he was, and he just said this to me. He goes, mate, I can't confirm or deny. All I'm going to say is, if you're being gang affiliated, solves everything. If you have a problem, you can make one phone call, mate, and it just goes away.
Solves
and I was
everything.
like, really, being gang affiliated solves everything.
Everything. That's a big call.
Very big call to make. But I had to think about it.
Yeah.
And, he was right. Throughout the history, just throughout human history, being gang affiliated has solved everything. 2009.
Oi, mate! We need to get electrical wiring to run from this wall in a diagonal path to the corner of the other wall. How much wire do we need? We can solve this with basic math and arithmetic, right?
No, mate, no need. Shane's a member of the Hells Angels. Oi, Shane, how much wire do we need?
2.8 metres, mate. I'm gang affiliated, mate. Solves everything.
20 BC.
Oi, mate! We need to get this 1,000-ton brick that's humanly impossible to move with our primitive technology up to the top of that pyramid.
Oi, speak to Dave, mate. He's in a gang. Oi, Dave!
Yeah?
You in that alien gang still?
Oh, yeah, it's more of an intergalactic species, but I guess you could call it a gang. We can get that brick to the top of the pyramids. We just finished off Stonehenge. Piece of intergalactic cake, mate. Wow! Being gang affiliated solves everything!
Whatever year Jesus was kicking about.
Oi, Jesus! I need some help turning this water into wine! You're gang affiliated, aren't you?
Yeah, we just started this new gang called the Christians, mate.
Ah, that sounds sick! Can anyone join?
Yeah, that's kind of our whole thing, mate. We meet up every Sunday. There you go, mate. Water into wine.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah?
Oh, it's just a saying, oh my God.
What'd you say about my dad, mate? I'm gang affiliated. And usually that solves everything. So I don't like your constant bullying.
This is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke, I think you would agree with me that there are a few appropriate areas for a conversation, like many good places to have a good convo, right?
Yep, like this studio. We're having a good one now. Well, I don't know. It depends what you're about to say.
Well, we'll see where it goes.
But,
this whole room is designed for a ripper convo.
Any social setting, a bar, a patio,
a
party. Scrap patio. Stop hanging out in patios. If you're hanging out in a patio right now, move.
Who's listening to Triple M Modern Digital on
From
the
a
patio?
rocking on in the patio.
Yeah. But I would say an inappropriate place to have a conversation would be the urinal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think anything other than excuse me at the urinal is way too many words to say to someone, like a stranger. Would you agree?
Yeah. Or if it's like I don't know, you can do any housekeeping things like wet floor, or you can point out a hazard at a urinal, but only if it's helping the other person, because usually you're next to a stranger.
Yeah,
so it's like,
that's
why
what
are you
it is.
talking to them anyway?
I mean, I don't know if you have to point out hazards.
Even
like, I don't think there's
friends.
urinal lifeguards. Just
Just
way between
with
the
a
lines.
But no, but usually you are going to urinals with strangers. But sometimes, if you're with friends, I've been known to seize a conversation temporarily, then continue it back as you're walking to the taps.
The urinal is like the ultimate.
I'll be
convo
mid-sentence, and then as soon as just things get underway, it's silence, and then we go, where were we again? Then we continue.
Because you need to
afterwards.
concentrate on getting the job done. If you end up getting distracted, you'll be there for half an hour.
Yeah.
But I actually had.
I think you need to see a doctor.
Actually had a conversation forced upon me at the urinal, and it wasn't like, how are you? It was like a full-on, the guy tried to have a real convo with me. So I was at the urinal. It was actually the same night where that bikie came up to you. Maybe it was him.
Yeah, okay.
A very talkative guy, right? So I'm using the urinal.
He's going affiliated, mate. You're like, guys, finish urinating, please.
This guy comes in and starts using the urinal, and then, right, he looks at me, and then he looks at me again, and I'm like immediately uncomfortable. I'm like, oh no. And then he goes, hey man. I'm like, oh, yes. What do you use in your hair? He goes, how do you do your hair?
Is this midstream?
This is midstream. I can hear both of us going.
There's two guys.
So I can't
chatting about
escape.
hair. Which hair was he asking about?
Yeah, that's why I don't use any product down there. So I'm assuming it was head hair.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to respond. And my natural response was just to be a sarcastic idiot. And I was like, oh, glue. And he goes, oh, yeah, mate, how's that working out for you? And I was like,
Did he like get your sarcasm straight away? Or
I just wanted him to stop. I was like, he was forcing a conversation
oh, that's a sharp
on me.
end to the conversation. Yeah, glue, mate, back off. Like, I'm also not in a gang.
I didn't want any of it. But I just didn't want any kind of urinal weirdos in my life. So I got out of there as quickly as possible.
Good decision. Yeah. I've been a urinal weirdo recently at this place of work, at the radio
I have
station.
heard about this.
So what happened was, it
This is
sucks
gonna be
being on the
weird to
other side of
explain.
it. Yeah, so Lewis was, for a couple of days in a row, thought it would be funny to film me walking into toilets for no reason.
Not while you were using it, just walking in.
And I was like, all right, well, somehow you've found this funny in your own time. And I was like, I'm just going to go to the toilet. And you did film me walking into this particular toilet. I was like,
Yes.
great. So I went in there, and about 30 seconds later, I'm midstream, going great in there.
Yep, having a
just
great
giving it my
time.
best.
Nice solitary time. You were there alone, right?
Yeah, I was there in the toilet myself, and then I heard the door creak open really slowly.
Yeah.
So instantly, I was like, Lewis is coming in. He's filming again.
Gonna film me having a wee.
Yeah,
Classic Lou.
So I just started laughing again, like at the top of my lungs, just started losing it laughing, and didn't even think to even look around to check it was you, because I was like, whatever he's filming, don't want to get anything on camera, just keep straight ahead. So I'm just standing facing the wall, laughing, just laughing.
Having
at
a
the top
really
of my
funny
lungs.
wee.
Yeah, and then I turn around eventually because I realized, Lewis hasn't started laughing. This seems odd. Turn around, and there's just some other employee, some guy from sales, just walks in, and he's like staring at me, having a laugh by myself, taking a wee, and he just goes, "Hey, go, mate." I'm just like,
That would have been the most confusing interaction of that guy's life. Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Now, listeners, Luke, I'm sorry that I'm going to have to do this to you, this segment, but I'm about to expose you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to expose Luke Kidgel, and this is some very serious business because he's been lying to not just his fans, not just his friends, but his family as well. And it's time to put a stop to it. You know what you've done, mate. Don't play coy with me.
I've been having too many funny wheeze, and now
Too
it's all
many-
about to come out. No, I already just exposed myself.
Okay. No, okay, you can't get ahead of this scandal, Luke. All right, so
You
Luke.
didn't give me a chance to get ahead of the scandal because I don't know what the scandal is.
Well, to be honest, you probably wouldn't be fast enough to get ahead of this scandal, Luke, because Luke Kidgel has been lying to his friends, family, and loved ones that he is a avid runner, which is
all right.
absolutely false.
This is unfair.
No, this is the truth, okay? And it's time for you to hear it. You
I'm
need
not going to
this,
speak
Luke.
to you until I can get my lawyer in here. So good fun doing this segment by yourself. All right.
So Luke Kidgel is constantly telling me about how good he used to be at running, and he still thinks that he's a runner. You actually think you're a good runner?
Yes.
When is the last time you went for a run?
Hey, details. You're getting bogged down in all these facts and, when was the last time? Once a runner, always a runner.
That is not true. That's false.
It's all about technique. It's a skill-based sport. Not many people realize that. People go, it's all about fitness and endurance. Not
Okay,
at all.
so you think Usain Bolt has just been studying how to run harder than everybody else?
He's got a great technique. Have you seen him run?
But here's the thing, though. How you used to actually be quite a good runner.
I used to run at state level. Yes,
State
in
level?
like high school.
That's full on, because state level is just before national. National is just before the Olympics. So you were almost an Olympian before you wasted your life on this.
Missed out on the national qualifier by about half a second one year.
Wow,
so got
that's
close.
really good.
Yeah.
So, but hang on. How long ago was this?
I would have been 17. So,
what is that?
But I did run when I was 18, 19, maybe.
You see, you don't even know. If you knew for sure, you'd be like, yeah, this is absolutely
Well, no, I've
it.
been running, but I've stopped competitively running after high school.
Okay, but you still think that you're a runner. You know what? Actually, I was speaking to your girlfriend the other day about this, and you were speaking to her, and I overheard her tell you that you've started to put on a little bit of weight.
All right, this
and you're
is
getting
unfair.
a bit chubby.
Okay. These comments were made off the radio and off the record. And
Okay, Luke, give me an example of a chubby runner, please. You. So I just think that this is ridiculous, and you still insist that you do run.
Yes.
Okay, well, how about this? In our next break, I'm going to do a little bit of investigating while the songs are playing. I'm going to give a few of your personal friends and family a call, your running mates.
What is this? This is some kind of setup.
I told you this was an expose piece. We're going to ruin you, Luke Kidgel, for lying about being a professional runner right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, the expose continues. Now, last break before the songs, I exposed Luke for lying about being a professional runner.
Didn't expose me or anything. We just clarified how good of a runner I was. So, you know what? I'm wrapped about that. That's gone to national radio now.
You're feeling pretty confident. You actually think that our listeners believe that you're a competent runner.
Well, they have no reason not to believe. Where's your evidence, a big guy?
Oh, I have. You think I don't have evidence?
Okay, you did get some evidence during the song.
I do have evidence. During the song, I gave one of your running mates a call who used to run
Which
with you.
I did not give you his number. He got it off my brother.
Well, when you're trying to expose someone, when you need to get to the bottom of the truth, Luke, you really need to take this thing seriously.
And I'll be
it's time
taking
to
it
give
up
it
with
up.
my brother when we get home. I'd stop giving Lewis phone numbers that he doesn't need. All right, these aren't helping the show.
Jack is my ally, not yours in this situation, okay? Not until you come clean about being a poor runner, a former runner, okay? So during these songs, I actually spoke to one of your former running mates, and this is what he had to say.
Hello.
Hi there, is that Jared?
That's me.
Hey man, it's Lewis calling from Luke and Lewis. I understand that you are one of Luke's former running partners.
Yeah, that's true. Form is a good word for it.
Yeah. Why former? Why is that a good word?
Well, I started running probably 4 or 5 years ago now, and Luke was always down at the track, wouldn't miss a session. He's someone I looked up to, a few years older than me.
Yeah.
And these days, never see him at the track. Misses every session.
So you've just thrown your idol under the bus. You're saying he doesn't run anymore?
No, he's hopeless these days.
Yeah, that's what but you know what he does outside of run training? He tells everybody that he's still a runner.
I know. I've seen one of his jokes. He goes, yeah, I run a fair bit, this, that. And he doesn't. We sit there and we're like, no, you don't.
So I would just like you to confirm with 100% certainty, does Luke or does he not actually train?
He does not actually train.
No. Thank you very much, Jared. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I present to you Exhibit A in the Does Luke Run Anymore investigation.
Firstly, Jared, if you're listening, way to throw me under the bus there, man. Behind my
Former
back.
idol. He used to look up to you, Luke, and you betrayed him.
We're
You let
still
him
very
down.
good friends, and I see him because I go to running. Maybe just not at the track. Okay, fair enough. I haven't been down to the track lately.
Oh, you
but
haven't been down to the track?
I still run at home. I run in my own time. You don't have to be running competitively to be a
Oh,
runner.
really? You run at home?
Yes.
You can confirm that?
I can confirm
You
that.
can promise that you run at home?
I can... I'm not crossing my fingers, but I can state that I run at home.
Oh, really? Well, that's interesting, Luke, because you don't know about this, but before the show today, I actually called your brother Jack, and while I was getting the number of your former
This is
running
such a
mate,
stitch up.
I also asked Jack about your running habits at home, and this is what your brother Jack, who lives with you every single day, had to say.
Hello.
Yeah, hey Jack, it's Lewis. How you going?
Not bad, Lewis. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well. Now, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about Luke's running habits.
Yep.
Just at home, because I did confirm with one of his former training partners that he never shows up to training. But I
I
thought,
like the use of former.
yeah, that's what he said. That was his words, not mine.
Yeah,
so
it's accurate.
I was wondering, seeing as he never runs at the track, maybe I would give him an opportunity to say that he is a runner. Does he ever run at home around the block?
Rarely.
Rarely.
Very rarely.
Does he ever run around their house?
Almost never. Unless he's
never.
running to the kitchen.
Okay, to eat food, because he's a bit of a
Some snacks.
chubster now.
That's it.
Yeah.
Putting on the kgs.
Okay, so have you ever seen him move at more than a brisk walk?
Not for about 3 years.
Not for about 3 years. Okay, thank you very much, Jack. I think we've just confirmed that Luke is absolutely lying to me.
You are welcome.
All right, thank you, Jack. See you later.
See you, Lewis. Bye.
I rest my case.
That just became a big stack zone in that phone call. Oh, he's a chubster putting on the kgs. All right, very funny.
Well, sorry about that,
Hope you're proud of
Chubby.
yourself.
But that's why you really wanted to get to this show, because you knew it was at lunchtime,
Yeah.
and there's free food in the kitchen. So while we listen to some music,
I actually did have a donut before the show.
this is Luke and Chubby for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital.
This is Luke and Chubby for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital.
Look, don't take my job, all right? It's Luke and Lewis.
You said before the break, this is Luke and Chubby for lunch. That's how you signed off
No, I
the break.
did not. I said it was Chubby
Michael,
and Lewis.
Can we get the audio up?
This is Luke and Chubby for lunch.
Oh, no! I did.
Trying to fat shame me.
Yeah, well, I was just
yourself.
I was just trying to make you feel better, just to make you feel like we're on equal footing, because we are on equal footing. I mean, I don't run, you don't run, we're not runners, so one of us is getting a little bit chubby. I mean, it's certainly not me. But,
Yeah, that's true. You have a long problem at the moment. You need to probably start. I've got a bit of my donut still here. Do you want it?
Give me some. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you very much, mate.
welcome.
Appreciate that. I'll finish that after the show.
You just have a quick munch.
You know what? Actually, over the break, what happened was we started getting inundated with Snapchats and messages over Facebook from people agreeing with me that you're no longer a runner.
Which is unfair. Like, why are they
How
charming
is
you
it
with their
unfair?
opinion?
I exposed you. You got exposed. Accept it. Not a runner, Mr. Exposed. All right,
Whatever.
Chubby.
Okay. People have want us to race.
Yeah, we got.
Which
we got
I don't see necessary.
What do you mean
because
you don't see necessary? I feel like that's a great idea.
I'll
We got
wipe the
about
floor with you.
10 people saying that we should settle this over a race. And you know what, Luke? I agree. In fact, honestly, you don't run anymore. You haven't been running for a long time. I reckon I could beat you in a race if I had a month to train.
That's the arrogance on him. Look at what do you mean you could beat me in a race?
I could beat you in a race if you give me an entire month to
You've
train.
never run in your life. You're 6'8" and you're an asthmatic.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, but we're basically on the same par now. You
We're
haven't
not-
trained.
I'm not on that level.
Oh, okay. So you think just because you used to run when you were 17...
Again, good technique. All right.
Okay. That's what I'm going to learn. Give me a month to learn technique, and I honestly think that I will smash you in a race.
Bring it on. I will. I'm so confident.
How confident are you?
Just to give you a chance, I won't train at all for the month.
You won't train for a whole month,
Well,
and you think you can
I haven't
beat
been
me.
training for the 6 months prior too, so you're welcome. Yeah, to give you a chance, I won't train for a month.
All right. Okay.
So you have a month to train. I have.
You're
I
not
don't
allowed
do
to
anything.
train.
I'll eat a donut. Okay, I'm not going to commit to that.
No. Okay. Well, we'll just keep it simple. You're not allowed to train. You're not. Okay. Here's the rules. You are not allowed to move any faster than a brisk walk throughout the whole month. If I catch you jogging down the street, you are disqualified.
What about if there's like an emergency, like?
Okay, I'll let you have an emergency.
So any Godzilla or above type situation,
Yes.
I'm allowed to jog, but not run.
No sprinting, okay? I hope you can out-jog Godzilla. But I say, let us know, listeners, what do you think? Send us a message on all of our social media. Do you think that I'm going to win this? I honestly think if I have a month to train.
Team Luke, all right, I'm the runner. You're the underdog here. Look,
Okay.
everyone does like an underdog, and I'm proud
You
to say
can't start your own hashtag. It's not Team Luke, all right? It's
Hashtag Team Luke.
Hashtag Team Chubby, all right? That's your team. And then I'll be hashtag Team Legend.
Team Chubb for the win. I'm going to prove to all the chubby people out there that there is no shame. I will bring honor to the house of Chubb.
All right, we'll start. All right, I wasn't planning on doing this. We'll start the training tomorrow. I'll start running tomorrow. We'll find a place.
Do you even own running clothes?
No.
I own footy shorts in my dream, but
well, that's incredibly unhelpful, Luke. So
you're gonna have to go buy running clothes because
No,
you don't run.
I'll find some stuff. Tomorrow I'll find some stuff. We'll figure out where I can
There's
start
an
training.
athletics track about 500 meters away from the radio
that's a good-
studio.
all right.
We'll go down there. We'll have a run before the show. This is gonna be hilarious. This is gonna be a field day for me.
All right, Luke and Lewis
I'll
on Triple M
briskly
Modern
walk
Digital.
down there and watch you.
The first month is when the training begins, and by the end of the month, I'm going to smash Luke Kidgel in a race. Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital, and let me tell you,
Luke
Luke,
and Chubby joining you for lunch.
the listeners have spoken. I've been getting a lot of messages on our Facebook page and Instagram, and they are pretty confident that I'm going to win this thing.
You should see the hashtag going on Twitter. I'm just logging up Twitter now. I'm assuming there's a hashtag.
You think
Team Chub.
You think we're trending off of Twitter on Triple M Modern Digital?
Yep.
We don't
Team
even have a
Chub.
Twitter account.
I have faith in you, Luke. Team Chubby. There's one on Snapchat. Let's open the next one.
Team Chubby.
Hashtag Team Chubby. Another one. No chance giraffes can't run. hashtag Team Chubby.
All right, so fine. Vote.
There's lots of support going both ways. Pick a team.
Pick
you
a
know
team,
what?
listeners.
Pick the right team. Oh, okay. Do you honestly... okay, joke's over, blah, blah, blah. Do you really think you can beat me in a race?
Luke, at the very least, I'm going to terrify you, all right? I am going... It's going to be a close race, but I
fighting talk.
honestly think I am going to beat you in this race, and you will forever have to admit that you're just a bit chubby now.
Well, we're starting training tomorrow. I'll be there watching.
It's on, Chubster. So what we're doing is my training will start tomorrow morning, and across the next month on the radio, we're going to see who's going to win this race. Please do check out all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and also check out our podcast on iTunes and on YouTube as well. You can listen to the show.
If you missed any part of the show, you can catch up on it all.
Yes. So thank you very much for listening.
This is Luke and Chubby for lunch. Signing off.
More Luke and Lewis after this. They're just on the phone to their mum. Triple M Modern Digital.